on it. On it. keys on it. Keys on it.
Alright, so all the experience we are having here is being powered by the 3Music Awards organizers. And so far, all the people on the board, everybody's excited because we never planned for this excitement. We were actually thinking that it was going to be a serious meeting throughout. But then thanks to them, we are even having a boat cruise. You've had a conversation with the captain, you've had a conversation with the marketing manager, and now to the man who made it happen. Sadiq Abdullahi. You know him. Yeah, he used to have some blonde hair.
Somebody say yellow.
But what happened to that blonde hair?
Oh, you know, if you face, I
In the
mean,
face.
you grow out of a certain phase, and at
Okay.
that point, Charlie,
Mm.
we were in some funk. We were in some funk, but I mean, that was, I
Yeah.
mean,
That
quite.
was when you were in your youthful moment.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
But now
touching
you are
base
a
was
man.
touching base was for a Charlie man took it
I
so you
see.
know,
I see. Now, I have been following so many award schemes here in Ghana. This is the first time that I've seen an awards organizer has given a treat to its board members. What really motivated this?
well, I mean, firstly, uh, in everything we do with the awards, we seek to enhance it and better it year in year out. And one of the key people, one particular most important block that have been able to help us do this is the board. You know, consistently we're meeting in Accra for all our board meetings. You know, and getting ready for the third year of the 3Music Awards. Rather than meeting Accra, we thought that because the review process and then the review of the new proposals going into 2020 was going to be a bit intense, we thought about taking the board out of Accra to a venue where we can be immersed in the work as much as possible, and then whilst doing the work, we cannot just do only the work. So we thought about also doing the work, having some fun, so we can have a perfect balance to enable us to be able to effectively do the work.
I see. Now, how did you also identify this particular joint that is the Volta River Authority, where we are having experience on the Dodi Princess too? How did you come by that?
Well, I was introduced to the Dodi Princess by my wife.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So my
So there
birthday,
was the wife connect there.
yeah. So my birthday this year, she just asked me for us to actually go out to get out of town, and I kept on trying to find out where exactly we're going, and we ended up here, and I had a little surprise birthday party here, which she put together for me, and since that time I thought that it would be perfect in terms of it's not too far away from Accra. They have a very good Volta hotel where we could all stay as members of the board, and also in terms of finding exciting activities to excite and entertain board members. There are a lot of things. We could have our own boat party in the night on the Volta Lake, so that's what we thought about. So let's come here, let's settle down, let's have our meetings, go through all the documents, do all the intense discussions and all of that, and then night we can have a boat cruise and a boat party on the Volta Lake.
And I'm sure the boat cruise and the party is what we are still experiencing here on the Dodi Princess too. By the way, what does it mean that Volta River Authority, they are now a partner, a sponsor to 3Music Awards?
Yes, the Volta Hotel is a hospitality partner for the 3Music Awards 2020. Like the marketing manager said, they thought about partnering with a credible brand that has the following, that has the massive attention, and there's a connection with the audience, with the targets to connect with and have a partnership with, and we came in handy. So whilst we were here, we met each other, we had some great discussions. They expressed their interest. We also had a very intense interest as well. So we found a collaborating point or a certain synergy of sort, and so we decided to partner on this. So in terms of hospitality, they're providing a lot of hospitality services to the awards going into 2020.
Now, beyond the party, beyond the excitement, has the board so far given you the information and the preparation facts you need at the moment?
Yes, today has been the preliminaries. So yeah. So in terms of that, if you realize what we did today was to review 2019. There's a number of things that happened. We've put together a comprehensive report on 2019 in terms of what we did, which is the recently passed 3Music Awards. So in terms of what we did, the various impact areas, from sponsorship to the actual event organization itself, the logistics, the voting, the mechanics, the public perception before and after the awards and all of that. These are things that really, really matters to us as well, as a matter of fact. And so what we did was to compile a comprehensive report where we identified our key objectives going into 2019, the challenges we faced, the recommendations, and the status of the things we were able to do as a way of guiding us going into 2020. I mean, this is something that we would want to do for a long time as much as possible. We would want to have a certain impact on the industry and society as a matter of fact. And so there's a need for us to collate, gather all the necessary feedbacks and all the constructive criticisms that we've received, compile the document, go to the board for the board to direct us. By the way, the board has always been our key decision making director, so to say. So before we're able to do anything, before we go out there to engage and start anything, we need the board's approval for every single decision or every single thing that's going to impact the award itself. So this is what we've been doing today. And in terms of the discussions, it's been good. It's been very, very fruitful. We've received some very good counsel from the board where the board had to chastise us or take us on or probably put us on the blast, and they did, you know. And it's all good. It's all part of enhancing the credibility of the awards. It's all part of creating a much more stronger music brand. And so, I mean, we're appreciative of that.
I know we are yet to launch the 2020 edition of the 3Music Awards. Definitely, there will be some one or two people who will be unhappy about some one or two issues with regards to last year's event. What is the assurance or promise you're giving to them that 2020 it is going to be a beautiful event without issues?
Well, I mean, without issues, I doubt that any awards around the world could happen without issues. Definitely, people would have issues. As much as there's a competitive element of it, people would have issues about certain things. But what we can do is that we've taken a lot of feedback, like I said. I mean, we've garnered it, we've analyzed the feedback. Some of the feedback definitely does make sense. Some of the feedbacks as well, you know, people are just being mischievous. But it's important and instructive that we take all these feedback and ensure that as much as possible we're able to factor it into the decision making that will lead to the awards. There's a number of things that if the board approves will change. I mean, the whole voting block, the whole voting pattern and the percentages is going to see a total change altogether. If the board approves it, by tomorrow we'll be very certain on that. We're also looking to have some very cutting edge voting mechanics or system in place to ensure that it enhances the credibility of it. What's important is the mechanics, the systems. Awards are nothing without the mechanics and the systems. And these are the things that we intend to put in place. And most importantly, very logical and reasonable systems. You know, so at the end of the day, when we arrive at a particular winner, definitely people could be confident about the results that we get in terms of, I mean, coming out at with the results. But I mean, definitely once there's a competitive element of awards, people would have, and you know, lately there's the fanatics or the fanship have gone very strong and very vociferous. So definitely, and given the competitions that exist between them, when it goes to another side, you would have that. But we want a situation such that even when you are making noise about some of these things, it will be clear that what you're saying it's not it's not anything that should be admitted or anything like that. You know, so that's what we're working towards doing.
Now, I believe you can see that we are about docking. The boat just came to its dock place. Now, I want to find out is, because of planning, do we have the clear timelines for the next year's event, as in when we're doing it and all that?
Yes. The tentative dates we've all arrived at is March 28th, which is going to be the
March
last,
28th.
March 28th,
Okay.
2020, which is going to be the last Saturday in March. Prior to that, another activities would happen. We're still presenting to the board in terms of the various different activities, nominations, announcement, when it will happen, where it will happen. We're looking at a 3Music Legends event, which is going to celebrate legends. Last year we wanted to do that, but we couldn't. We're looking to do that. We're looking to do what we call fan days, a day for the fan, and then the musician, which will be activated. Our plan is to be able to activate it across. And then one thing that we're looking to do is that we got a lot of feedback on how awards have been centered in Accra and how the activities have been centered in Accra. And so one of the things we're really looking to do is dedicate the next rated category, which we introduced last year, to finding talent that have really pushed the envelope and really, really worked hard in the various regions, who for one reason or the other may not have been able to get that national attention and prominence. Our our objective is to be able to find these people and then bring them to that national level prominence as much as possible, celebrate them and give them the opportunities to be seen and heard, in terms of the next rated category. These are some of the changes. There's also likelihood that the voting bloc, in the ways it is currently, may change in terms of the percentages. And one of the things that I'm very certain that will drastically change is that I may be speaking to you today about 3Music Awards, but there's a likelihood that by tomorrow when we are done officially, I won't be the person speaking and fronting and being the person for the awards. 3Music goes beyond me. 3Music Awards goes beyond me. There's a whole big board. There's an academy. There's an entire thing when you see it. But I think that some way somehow a perception has been created. I mean, as if I'm in the all be and all. Yeah, which isn't the case, but yeah, but going into the third year, obviously the brand is growing. It's time to really show up the numbers and be able to show the men and the people that have been working in the background to create the brand. So I think that I'm fine, perfectly fine with the initial decision by the board to ensure that I take a more backstage role where we can concentrate on creating the experience and the event itself and have other people really front it, speak for the brand, engage the public on it as much as possible.
See, are we still going to have it at the home of 3Music Awards? That is at the Fantasy Dome.
Yes, we're going back to the Fantasy Dome again for the third year running in March 2020. So we are going to be at the Fantasy Dome again. Yes.
All right, guys, this has been some one or two insights with the man who is really the brain behind the 3Music Awards, Sadiq Abdullahi. I know 2020 we go, and the man is still going to give us entertainment in the name of award scheme. Get ready for that. My name has been Sammy Flex, and he has been Sadiq here on the Dodi Princess 2. Now we've docked, so I'm sure my camera guy, oh, I nearly fell. Yeah, we can take us through there. Yeah. Come and capture them. Capture. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, we just docked. Yeah, all the guys coming down. I see Michi. I see Arnold Asamoah Beidu. I see Zion Felix. I see Isaac is back. Hey, Kwabena Radio. Hey, Noella. Hey, George Brayton. Hey. 30 minutes. No, I have not seen him. In fact, I'll never see him. Hey, Step, multimedia. Hey, solid multimedia, Step. I see all of you guys, man. Wonderful guys. We are coming down. Wait for us.
No, I want you to see.